Welcome back, Mikey. Ben who knows best. It's been since Christmas. I don't think I've seen you since Christmas.
Well, I mean, I had that whole thing where I wanted to be in the hospital instead of like being merry with the Christmas, and so took some time off.
Yeah, the stomach aids got you?
Yeah, I got the stomach aids, and then you ever seen that show Naked and Afraid? And you know how people get so dehydrated, they like lose all that weight. I lost 12 pounds in a day.
I mean, if you were a fighter, maybe that's a good weight cutting tactic. I don't know. But
Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is just survive.
and then you can accomplish anything.
Yeah. Like that blind kid playing football. I don't know if you've seen the Vine, but yeah, anything is possible.
I mean, hey, the Falcons had a deaf guy playing for them, but you saw how that turned out.
Hey, Reed Doughty was half deaf. He couldn't hear the boos from the left side.
There were probably a lot of them.
Yes, there were.
Well, it's been a while, but we're going to get into some football. We're actually going to forego the Mount Rushmore this week, but there's too much playoff to talk about. I mean, we had the Patriots playing the Titans, Jaguars playing the Steelers, Saints playing the Vikings, and the Eagles playing the Falcons. Biggest disappointment? Would you say the biggest disappointment was the Falcons losing or the Steelers losing?
Like the biggest upset or disappointment?
Disappointment.
Disappointment has to be Marcus Williams.
Oh, you're gonna go Saints.
Yeah, that is This is why I say pro sports are rigged. Okay, this man has played football pretty much every year of his life since I'm sure he was like 10 years old, and he can't just wait behind the guy to tackle him, or at least not take out his own guy when he whiffs on the tackle.
Yeah, but I say all he had to do was just catch Diggs, not let him go out of bounds. Just like catch him and fall to the ground with him.
Yeah, that was absurd. There's nothing to say about that other than he fucked up. But God, when he missed, he didn't just miss the tackle. I'm sure he was just trying not to get the pass interference and get there early.
Yeah.
So he like ducked out of the way a little bit. But you took out your own guy. I mean, it's a little fishy to me that somebody doing this their whole lives would just fuck up like that bad. It's just
I mean, it was shocking. I was like, there's no way. I mean, they were even bracketing the sideline. I was like,
Right.
Funnel everything in.
Oh yeah, there's two guys there to tackle him, and it just takes one guy to fuck up two.
I mean, I was happy to see Stephon Diggs score though.
Yeah,
I was
proud of Maryland.
Oh yeah, I was jumping down Maryland, yeah.
Yeah, it was good to see that. I think biggest upset though.
I mean, out of those two, disappointing. I didn't say upset. Disappointment to me was the Falcons, just because they should do better.
I think the Falcons are awful. I mean, their defense was pretty good this year. I don't know why anyone's on Matt Ryan's nuts, even after his MVP year.
Yeah.
Because leading up to that, I mean, he was a high double-digit interception guy, like borderline 20 a year, and he was just I never saw anything out of him. I thought his best years were, I think it was 2 years before they got Julio Jones.
Oh, maybe.
And they had like Roddy White and Michael Jenkins for one
Oh,
of them,
yeah.
and Roddy White, and might have been Julio the second year. But I think Julio Jones has made Matt Ryan a worse quarterback. And
You think he's made him worse?
yes, kind of like how I thought Calvin Johnson made Matt Stafford like a lazy quarterback. I mean, the receivers, they're franchise receivers. They're going to rewrite their team's record books and everything. But they're they're so good that you just feel like you can throw it up to them, and that's what they do.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of go the other way on that one because I don't see that as much. But I was trying to say because Julio just had a bad year this year in general,
He was second in the league in receiving. He had 1,400 yards,
and no touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
No touchdowns.
Whatever. Everyone bitching about Julio in fantasy football. I had Jordy Nelson. Okay, white receivers matter.
Some
the
of them.
greatest of all time if he was playing for New England.
Oh yeah. I mean, it didn't help that Aaron went down though. I mean,
Yeah, and when he came back, that was his worst game of the year. I was like, oh, God, I wish you were the one who got hurt. At least then I wouldn't have to keep you on my team because he was still undroppable until the last 2 weeks of the season. I was like, you're just eating a roster spot.
Yeah, I think I dropped Randall Cobb almost at one point.
Was it Brent Hundley? Brent Hundley sucks.
Would you rather have him or do you have a Colt McCoy?
I'd rather have Colt McCoy.
Really?
I'd rather have Deshaun Kaiser and his 20-something interceptions this year. Which I went through like the all of his videos of his interceptions this year.
Mm-hmm.
He threw a lot of questionable ones, especially at the end of the year. At the end of the year, he was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just throw it up anyways." We're 0 whatever that week it is. But he had a lot of interceptions go off other people's hands. And not just like, oh, he dropped it, like the throw was a little high and it goes through his hands and there's a safety 5 yards back.
Mm-hmm.
No, the Browns, when they drop shit, they like to throw that shit back up in the air like they're a setter for volleyball.
Kind of like what was that corner for the Falcons that like need the ball straight back in the air?
Oh, I don't know, but that was bad, and you should feel bad. Not like Marcus Williams bad, but that was pretty bad. And you lost that game, so you should feel bad.
Very true. Very, very true. Very true. I was looking at the stats. I didn't realize Diggs had 137 yards. Probably most of that was on that last play.
That was a 61-yard reception.
So he had like 70 yards receiving.
He didn't have a bad game.
No. 61 yards.
He kept catching those short crossing routes and just taking them for first downs. The Saints had no answer for that, but they also couldn't block for that route to be run as much as it could have.
But I mean, I don't think anybody thought the Titans were going to win.
No.
I mean, I was shocked that they scored first, and then I was like, oh, okay, maybe, like, for right after that touchdown, oh, maybe they have a shot. Immediately, I was wrong.
There's 2 questionable calls, and it just seemed to suck the life out of the Titans. It was that offensive pass interference that would have been a first down for on Eric Decker, which was meh at best. It just looked like the corner lost his footing when they ran into each other. And then there was that punt that was called as a false start, and then they reversed the call to a neutral zone infraction. And I'm just sitting there going, you're not allowed to reverse the call after you've already made the call.
I mean, that's like that one time that Crosby got in the box or something, and they got together after they put him in the box.
Yeah, and took him out.
Yeah. You know what? You can come out.
Yeah.
You don't need to be in there. I'm sorry, we screwed up.
No, if you announce the call, that's the call. I mean, that's it.
I mean, Jerome Bettis didn't get that coin flip back.
Exactly. That's it. No, and that's the biggest thing to me. I mean, the offensive pass interference. I mean, there's calls that go both ways. But that call where it's like, you know what, false start, 30 seconds later, change my mind. Go Pats.
Hey, maybe the check cleared.
You know what though? It wouldn't be not so many. I have nothing against like anybody on the Patriots. I also like Edelman, and I like. That's about it, actually. I like Deion Lewis.
You don't like
He escaped the Browns.
You don't like Fragandola?
No. No. Fuck that guy. I like Gronk when I have him in fantasy. Things like that.
And he's not hurt.
Yeah. I don't think there's as much beef in that like building as ESPN likes to bring it out to. I think probably Belichick wanted to keep Jimmy G and get rid of Tom because he's the future. Tom's old. You're not banking on a 40-year-old quarterback playing longer than this year.
Yeah.
He might say he's going to play, but I can't bank you're going to be there next year. I can't expect you to be good next year.
True. Father Time catches up with everybody.
Yes. And it's not like Tom was ever like a runner or like had like the fucking rocket. I mean, he's good. He's got good arm strength for those short to intermediate routes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got good touch on the deep ball. Whatever. He's fine. He could probably play longer, but I mean, I can't expect him to. So trading Jimmy G and Jacoby Brissett, he was just like, fuck the future of this team. But I'm sure he wanted to keep one of those guys. But what are you going to do?
Very
I'm
true.
sure he'll be fine. He's like, this isn't going to hurt my legacy. When Tom retires, I think I've made enough money. I'm ready to go out too.
I mean, probably he could easily retire now and be set.
They both could.
Yeah.
Hell, Tom didn't need to keep playing after he married Giselle. Okay, Giselle brings in the bacon. Yeah.
No, the 49ers game, not 49ers, fucking Jaguars and Steelers game. That was pretty interesting though.
That was a lot back and forth.
Oh yeah. Well,
they got into Ben early.
It was looking like it was going to go south real quick for the Steelers, at least in the first quarter. Being on 14-0. I think they're on 21-0 at one point. They got gunned.
Yeah. Then it was like, how big of a hole, or how good are you at digging holes? Besides the one you already put yourself in. But they came back. It went back and forth for a while. That number one pass defense of the Steelers got cooked by Blake Bortles though, and
I mean,
he took him deep twice, over the middle, between the safeties.
It's funny because looking at his stats, he only put up 214 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, but there's nobody covering the guy
that. At one point, he was 9 for 21.
Yeah.
It was I was looking at the stats. Blake didn't really torch them. Leonard Fournette torched them. But I mean, it's horrible. Everything goes south real quick when you're recording. I was like, damn it.
Something's never changed. Better than this.
There's always something wrong.
I see we got a camera now, just I don't know, do I look right at it? Do I give it the wink and the gun? Do I
I mean, if you want, you're fine.
Okay. Well, they know it's coming now, so I can't do it right now.
Okay. I mean, we got some open chairs unfortunately. We couldn't get Pat Pizer or Matt.
Yeah, their holiday leave.
Yeah. Their checks they're not getting any checks. Yeah. No checks for them.
We were told if you do not use the days, you lose them. So
no. They don't roll over, and there's no sick leave either. By the way.
Oh well, those were my vacation days.
That whole 2 weeks.
Yep.
But it was it's funny though because you look at Ben's stats. It don't everybody that should have done well did well.
Yes.
It just wasn't good enough.
It was too late.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with that was the defensive stats still look good. The interceptions, the fumble return for a touchdown, the Miles Jack interception. He looked like a wide receiver on that play, like a big old meaty wide receiver.
Yeah.
Toe tap.
Oh yeah,
swag.
That was then it's funny football tap right into the camera.
That's right.
Mine. This is mine.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know as menacingly as that was, but predatory.
I mean, did you see that? What is it when they recovered the fumble and they run down the field? The dude's like, he's pointing at him. It's
I mean, I don't think that should be a penalty. I'm sorry. I mean, in that moment, I think you should be allowed to do whatever. Unsportsmanlike, man, how do you know that just wasn't a really stupid stiff arm? Okay.
You just thought he could touch it from way back there.
I'm fine with the Reggie Bush when he had that one with the Saints and he broke free and he just waved goodbye to all the people behind him. I thought that shit was funny.
Can't do that, man. It's just mad disrespectful.
I don't give a fuck about disrespectful. You know what you do after that? You come back and you beat him and you make him feel stupid for that.
They almost did. It was so close.
Yeah. And Telvin Smith, I'm sure he almost felt stupid.
Oh, yeah. Vance McDonald, 10 receptions.
Good on him.
Le'Veon Bell, 9 receptions.
Vance McDonald, when did he leave the 49ers?
All year. He's been on this. I think he got waived or something earlier in the year.
Because I know he started on the 49ers.
Yeah, they were like, fuck you, Jesse James. We're not giving you the ball anymore. You're too big, apparently. Or slow, one of the two.
A little column A, a little column B. And you don't catch balls that are supposed to go in the end zone. You drop them.
It's funny. The Juju Smith-Schuster was nowhere.
Did he play?
Yeah, he had 3
at the end of the year.
He had 3 catches for 5 yards.
Yeah, well, it was Martavius Bryant going deep.
With his 2 receptions.
Yeah, well, he's a touchdown and bust guy. He's Will Fuller, except Will Fuller's fast, Martavius Bryant's tall.
Yeah. But next week, I think next week's going to be interesting. Do you think the 49ers? Do you think the 49ers? Fuck, I keep saying 49ers. I don't know why I keep thinking of because the Patriots got rid of Jimmy G. That's what I'm thinking of. It's stuck in my head. But the 49ers are not playing. Yeah. And I keep bringing them up.
You were about to say it again. I heard it.
The Patriots are taking on the Jaguars. There. Next week. Who do you think is going to win that one?
Of course the Patriots. I mean,
there's
going to be some kind of controversial call where it's like the Patriots.
Another Tuck rule.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just people wouldn't bag on the Patriots so much if one of those calls went against them. But no, the call's always in their favor. And I was talking to one of my friends who's a Patriots fan. He's like, you know what they say? You got to be able to triumph over adversity. There's never adversity for you. It's like, oh, God, we fucked up. The ref makes a call. It's like, in 1962, there was a rule put into place to make it so Patriots ball. Go Pats!
I have a friend of mine who would call that Stern's orders, by the way. I don't know why. He always says David Stern's behind everything.
I think pro sports are rigged. The Calvin Benjamin shit at the end of the year, how is that not a catch?
I mean, that's like how is any of the Megatron one where he dove across the end zone, clearly cleared it for 5 yards, but then landed and didn't hold the ball.
The ball up.
Yeah. Like, no, sir. You did
catch.
not.
I mean, it's stupid.
You did not possess the ball. No.
I mean, but like he caught it, he got it all the way down. Even he changed it from arms to catch himself when he was gonna hit the ground. But when he hit the ground, the ball never moved.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense. It's just the Jesse James one. It's supposed to be as soon as the ball breaks the plane with possession, touchdown. That's it. Who cares if the ball hit the ground when it hit the ground? Ball's already in the end zone. He already caught it. He made the football move to jump in. It's touchdown. What was the third one? There was
Des Bryant's one where he landed in the playoffs against
no
Packers.
Against the Patriots. Come on, no, everyone knows Des didn't catch it. Tuck rule. I'm pretty sure if that wasn't called that day, no one would ever speak of it again.
Oh yeah, just because I think it was like such a big play. I mean, it stopped literally I think the Raiders hadn't been to the Super Bowl in how long, and it was like that one play like turned everything for them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Brady's got a bunch of rules though, doesn't he? I mean, he's got that one. He's got you can't touch him below the legs now.
Yeah, you can't go low on the quarterback.
Like
anymore.
They didn't say shit when that happened to Carson Palmer though.
No, because no one cared about Carson Palmer because he's a ginger. You never trust a ginger. He's also an ugly-looking guy. I don't know if you've ever seen him. If you've never seen him, he does not take like still photos like well.
I think he's got like that weird like he's been on a farm. You mean like too long?
Yes, like he was one of the goats.
Sure, not the goat, a goat.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, the Pats. I'm hoping the Vikings pull this out next week against the Eagles.
I would like to see the Vikings win. Like, I really didn't care between the Eagles and I hate everything Philadelphia.
Smells like piss.
Yeah, it's a terrible place. I don't care what anyone says. It's so much history that could be said about that city, and all they care about is a fucking cheesesteak.
And Rocky.
Yeah. Well,
Rocky's
not even real.
I know, but they love that guy.
Yeah. Well, the guy he's based off of broke as all hell, you know. I know he had a settlement with Stallone after Rocky. He fought a bear. Like, actually fought a bear. The bear kicked his ass.
I mean, the only person that beats a bear right now is Khabib Nurmagomedov from the UFC.
Yeah.
But nobody cares about that.
He had a documentary on ESPN. I can't remember what it was called. But it was on Netflix for a while, and I watched it, and he was like, yeah, I'm here to fight a bear. I'm thinking it's a trained bear, but I get there, and it's not a trained bear. And I'm like, what are you doing? What, are you crazy? This thing will eat me. And I'm like, yeah, that's why we're paying you money.
Oh, Lord. I mean, I hope he got a good amount of money for that.
I hope so. Probably you can't get enough money to fight a bear.
Is it bad that I thought I thought the Vikings still played outdoors for a quick second until I realized? So I saw the game yesterday. I was like, oh shit, they're at home, because I instinctively thought it was in
New Orleans.
Yeah. I was like, oh, never mind.
You said that you thought they played outside.
They did like a few years ago. They played at like the Golden Gopher Stadium.
Yeah, for a year while the new stadium was being built. That was last year.
Yeah, like I said, I don't watch the Vikings all the time.
Okay, I was gonna say even their last stadium was indoors.
I know, one
You can't play outdoors in Minnesota. It's cold as all hell. Can you imagine being a kicker? That's like kicking a rock.
I mean, steel toes, bro. Steel toes.
Kick barefoot.
Oh, why would you wish that on anybody ever?
Oh, Redskins had one of those guys. No, was Mosley barefoot? No, he wasn't. He was a straight leg. He was the last of the straight legs.
Kick straight on.
Mm-hmm.
I think about that. Like that's gotta be like the most awkward style, especially for all like the soccer like style kicking now.
Well, obviously he didn't play soccer. He's just.
No.
I don't know what he was doing before he was like in the NFL. I'm sure he was a kicker in college or something, but what he was doing to like get to that point.
Could have just been bagging groceries. I don't know. But speaking of the Redskins, since the Redskins are so far from the playoffs at all, going into this offseason, are you looking forward to anything?
If it was me, I'd just let Kirk walk at this point.
Let him walk?
He says he's not signing with anybody till he hits the open market. The open market's going to place him around $30 million. Just go. I mean, just bye.
It's funny
that Case Keenum $5 million less for like 2 years. Or if Minnesota lets Teddy Bridgewater go, take a flyer on that.
It's got no knees.
So we ain't got no receivers. Whatever quarterback we sign is going to struggle this year. Draft a quarterback, draft a receiver. Yeah, baby steps. Hopefully Doxson keeps getting better.
True. I do hope Doxson gets better. He did show improvement towards the end of the year.
Yeah, but I don't know how much improvement was. He was actually getting better, or we were just forcing him to keep playing, and you have to get better.
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah.
I definitely heard they were interviewing D. Hall the other day, and he was like, I definitely want to come back. This is the first year going into like off season that I'll actually be healthy and I can train fully. But I was like, but you're slow.
I mean, if he takes veteran minimum,
I
wouldn't say no. We already knows the defense.
True. I just wouldn't pay him.
To see Monte Nicholson.
True. If he can keep his shoulder healthy. Didn't he keep having a lot of shoulder injuries?
Yeah. And that was the problem that happened to Keyshawn Jarrett when we had him. Great rookie year, and then fucked up his shoulder. Not playing football anymore.
Well, I mean, you could always put your hopes and prayers that Sua Craven decides to play football again. And he's done with post.
He got activated. Apparently, he had post-concussion syndrome.
Was it me or I was thinking, why wouldn't you just say that? Like, why wouldn't you just say it? Like, I don't get
it. Seems a little fishy, but everything in DC is a little shady.
I mean, that just seems it just seems weird to me that you're like, I need to take time away. I need to decide whether I want to keep playing. I mean, I think if you just would have come out and said, I have post-concussion syndrome, or I'm still dealing with concussion issues.
And I don't know if I want to keep playing. I'm all fucked up in the head. That would make sense.
Everybody would have just taken that and been completely, I think, okay with that.
Yeah, that would have been like...
Instead of this whole...
I don't know if I want to play. And then all of a sudden his agent's like, oh, he had post-concussion syndrome.
Yeah.
Yep, he's back now. My guy's back out there. Woo, Redskins!
It's like that just is like doesn't sit well. It doesn't sit well with me. Maybe it's because I watch too much hockey, and it's funny. They have a concussion, and they're like upper body injury.
Part of their upper body. No, I mean like that. It's shady to me. If that's what really happened, that's fine. That makes sense. If it's not, I mean, I guess you got to say something when you come back to that locker room, like, hey, guys, I had a concussion. Like, it was real bad. It was bad. Didn't know if I wanted to keep playing. It was the concussion. Concussion did that. Woo, what are we doing today? Some defense, some offense, special teams.
Oh, Lord. At the draft, just because I know this the next time, would you trade Jordan Reed at the draft?
Hell yeah. I'd also, if I was the Patriots, I'd also trade Gronk. What good are these? If I was the Texans, I'd start thinking about trading J.J. Watt. These players are all really, really good. They're premier players at their position. What good are you if you can't get on the field? It's unfortunate. Jordan Reed lesser than those two others because they've had bigger impacts for their teams than Jordan Reed's done for us. Because Jordan Reed, as soon as we got him, and it was like, oh man, he's a beat. Oh man, he's concussed again. Oh, he's balling it. Concussed again. Oh man, this is it. This is the year. Turf toe.
Yeah, shoulder injury.
A hammy.
Sternum.
A bruised labia. I'm sorry, contusion. That's the medical term.
Maybe it's a deep one.
Oh yeah.
The deepest of contusions.
The inner and outer majora labia, if so facto,
Oh,
sit on the
Lord.
bench. No, I would trade him. If you can get a third round pick for him, that's a win. What did we draft him in the 4th?
Something.
Yeah, that's a win. Trade him out of the division too.
I mean, usually you only trade him in the division. I feel like if you do that, it's mainly like a
Only
slap
to
in
the
the face.
Redskins, right? Donovan McNabb.
I was about to say. I mean, it's like a straight slap in the face, and you know they're not going to do well anymore.
Yeah, it's like why? Hey, woo! We got this trade. Oh man, they traded us Donovan McNabb. And it's like, yeah, man, we got that quarterback. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I wonder why they did that. What do you mean why? I mean, like, why would you trade a franchise quarterback without a backup plan into the division? I mean, shit.
Goddamn.
Swindled.
Swindled. Well, I mean, you know, I don't remember off the top of my head when we're drafting, like middle of the pack.
I think we're like just outside the 10. I think we're probably picking at like, what were you last year? Like 14?
Something like that.
Well, yeah, I think we're probably in there again.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's like 4 quarterbacks going this year in there.
Yeah.
As long as we don't take Baker Mayfield, I'm fine.
I like Baker Mayfield.
He's like a slower version of Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, but he actually works hard.
I'm not saying he doesn't work hard. I'm just saying he's like 6'1", not very big.
Probably 6'1" in cleats.
Yeah, like not very big. He's not as fast or as like electric, but
He's a better passer.
it's not a great passer either.
He's better than whatchamacallit? What's his name? Darnold. He's more accurate than Darnold is.
Who?
The kid from USC, Sam Darnold.
Oh, okay. Well, Lamar Jackson's coming out too.
Well, Lamar Jackson's like the 5th one of those guys.
Okay.
He's probably like might be the end of the 1st, could be the beginning of the 2nd. If Lamar Jackson falls to us in the 2nd, say take him. What's the worst thing that could happen? Doesn't pan out? Well, what we have now isn't panning out.
You're not wrong.
Turn him into a quarterback or turn him into a wide receiver. That worked out great for Terrell Pryor, right?
For one season.
Yep.
And then we got him. Would you re-sign him for like low?
Hell no. We didn't sign him for big.
He got like $8 million, didn't he, for a year?
He was like 50% chance to catch that ball when you threw it to him.
You know why? He made that one-handed catch in training camp.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, he cooked Josh Norman. He's going to be a beast." And I was like, "I mean, it's a one-on-one drill. This is made for the wide receiver to win."
Also,
he's also got like 8 inches on him.
I was about to say.
It's
Damn it! Now they're going to change more people in those Paisanos commercials.
I wish that they had thrown him a calzone or something in that commercial and it had just dropped. And you don't see it like in the commercial. There's obviously like a blooper reel, and it's like, "Hey Terrell, catch, huh? Oh, damn it! That's the 3rd fucking calzone, Terrell."
Well, then he'd probably just looking at him, "What you want?"
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I would have been all over that commercial. I would have got up, gone and got Paisanos that moment. Because that would have been the realest shit I've ever seen.
You mean Tom Wilson doesn't make you jump out of it when you see him in that commercial?
Fuck Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson looks like he showed up there and he sees everybody else and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to go talk to Ryan Kerrigan. He's the only other white guy here." And then Ryan Kerrigan's like dapping up all the other players like Santana Moss and shit and like Terrell Pryor, and he's just like, "Oh, he's not one of my brothers."
Oh, that's so sad for the Skins. But might as well keep on the DC sports path, at least to something that's a little bit brighter right now until the playoff starts. It's usually always bomb, but the Capitals so far have been doing much better than they started this year.
Oh yeah, they're aren't they first in the Metro?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they've come back. They're looking like the Caps from last year, to a certain extent, and I mean the defense isn't as good as it was last year or the year before, but you knew there was going to be drop off with all the turnover we had there. Jews is I'm happy to see him be a regular. You see Bowie kind of in and out of the lineup more so than Jews was earlier in the year.
I mean, they won last like 6 out of 7 games or something.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that.
we're doing great at home this year.
Yeah.
On the road, we're above 50. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I don't remember a time we played Carolina this much, like close together, like until like when it was like the Southeast Division. I feel like we played Carolina more than we have like ever normally.
Right. I mean,
Not that I mind. I feel like it's an easy win.
it's a home, and I mean, there's always teams you do like home and home like games.
Yeah.
Like
That was a good little home and home one though. The one
Yeah.
this past last 2 games the Caps had, where I thought they actually like they didn't play. I didn't think they played bad at home. Like again when we lost to them on Friday,
right.
but then like, and then like on Thursday, and then Friday it looked like when we were in Carolina, like it was gonna go south, and then we ended up picking it up. I mean, too many giveaways.
Yeah, I mean they're a fast team too, and they forecheck hard, so they're gonna make you try and cough it up, and they're gonna eventually they're gonna capitalize on it. By the way, the Redskins picked 13th. Sorry, it took so long to look that up. We
It's
don't
okay.
have a stat guy right now.
Fandizio is not.
Yeah, where's Fandizio? Where's some bullshit? I gotta look up my own stuff.
I don't have him. I don't have him on a little table set over here on the side.
Right. Where's he been at? I don't know.
Fortunately, we work different shifts,
This
so
is
he's technically at work right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he works nights.
Fandizio, this is where the real work is done.
This is the Lord's work.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
I'm here.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
That's what I was reading for. Yeah. I was gonna say, Ovi's still doing pretty well. I figured there would be a drop off. Clearly, he wasn't gonna put up 4 goals a game, and he's been still steadily. He's almost at 30 goals. Right, 30 goals right now. And he had like what 33 last year or something like that, and he's almost there now.
Yeah, I mean he's on pace for another 50-goal season, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
20 assists. This is the most he's had in like the first half of a season, and God knows how long.
I know you've been crying for this. Like, I think the last time I had you on, you were like, I do not remember the last time he had more than 20 assists. Like, it was always sporadic. It was like always his goals.
All his points were goals. It's like, and his assists were shot it at the net, and like it got saved
Or hit off somebody.
Somebody just got the rebound or just hit somebody like in the skate or something. I don't know. I always said he had to be a better passer, and I guess he's getting more assists this year, so he's making the rest of that line, worth watching.
It's nice to see Connolly. I feel bad for Connolly. They keep moving him in and out of the lineup. I mean, because I know Trotz says I got to get people to play. Fortunately.
Well, he scores, but if he's not scoring, he's not really doing anything else.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he sat Burakovsky, and he wasn't afraid to do that.
Well, I mean, Burakovsky, he's been in and out of the lineup too with injuries.
True.
It's hard to get a rhythm like that, and I'm sure like the whole Capitals fan base, it feels the same way as this. I just want him to be good.
Yeah.
Like, you want him to be good so bad. He makes like the little plays, passes the eye test, and then you look at the point total at the end of the year. 30 fucking points. What?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because granted, Johansson always got it before he left. He always got the blame.
Yeah.
And it's funny. He's in one of those like ruts now. He's having still the same kind of season we had with us, even in New Jersey, where it's kind of
right. But they're in first place. They're keeping him in the lineup. Can't scapegoat him there.
Well, you're not wrong. But wow, Tom Wilson's top 6 in points. Does that hurt you?
Who's ahead of him?
Lars Eller, Oshie, Carlson, Backstrom, Kuznetsov, then Ovi.
Who's below him? Who's the next 3 below him?
Verana, Orlov, Conley.
Orlov's got like no points.
Orlov's got 9 points. He's got 14 points, 9 assists, and 5 goals.
5 goals. This might be his career high by the end of the year.
Maybe. Even Eller's got 9. Wilson's got 6 right now.
6 goals?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. Verana, I'd like to see more out of. They gave him a goal for that shit. Like, where is that huge mess in front of the net?
No, they gave it to Orlov. No, they gave it to Eller. You're talking about the crowded one where he banked off the post and went in?
Yeah.
It gave it to Eller.
Oh, they changed it after?
Yeah, it went off Eller's skate.
Okay, good. Because I was like, there's no way that just stayed his. Because he missed, and he's just sitting there going, wow, I did that. And then it just shoots it from the other side of the frame. It just shoots back into the net. He's like, oh!
It didn't help that Joe B was like, Eller scores!
Oh.
Yeah, but... Oh, that was just too funny. I had someone that's a big Canes fan texted me and was like, "You blew this bullshit." I was like, "I saw Cam Ward holding Eller's stick." He's like, "How about more like Eller was trying to lift his glove off the ice?" If so facto, vis-a-vis accordingly, it's a goal.
If it was set on TV, then
it must be true.
Exactly, like the internet. Nobody lies on the internet.
But I know I was talking to you off about this. I know the Caps power play is not doing as great, obviously, as they have in like 6 years.
Yeah.
But I cannot stand this fucking slingshot play they set up. I cannot stand it.
I think it should be a situational play. Like, I think it should be like 50-50.
Yeah.
As in the ideal world, is you have that guy skate up, and if they give you free entry, which is what they're starting to do, is like, yeah, skate it in, but you won't. Then take it in. And but you have that slingshot guy ready. If they clog the line, then you pass it back to that guy, and he can go to the other side or something.
But it's just like always, like Carlson will get to center ice and then like turn around, like the whole body, just turn and drop off. It's like, but everybody expects it. It almost gets picked off like 9 times out of 10. Almost, I feel like it almost gets picked off
if you don't throw it hard enough. It's going the other way. It's predictable, and that's why it should be situational. Like, unless if I've really got to drop it off, then I'll drop it off. But other than that, no, I'm taking it in because it's a waste of time too.
Oh yeah, definitely. It just kills me every time I see it, and I'm like, I feel like even in beer leagues, I feel like I see better entries sometimes than that.
Oh, did you know John Carlson has the same amount of assists as Crosby this year?
No, off the top of my head, no. Speaking of Carlson, were you upset that he got snubbed at all from the All-Star?
Dude, they take 3 defensemen.
Well,
you're more than likely to not make it than make it.
Yeah, I know that. Well, the format's changed now, so now it's like only a certain amount of people are going to make it out of the Metropolitan.
Right. And let me guess, the defense. I haven't taken a look at it. I'm sure Letang made it.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina's Noah Hannafin or Justin Falk.
I think Noah Hannafin made it.
Let's see who else is in ours. I don't think any of the Rangers would have made it. I don't think any of the Islanders would have made it. Tampa, is Tampa in our division?
No, they're in the Atlantic division.
It's tough. Who would be the other one?
I just saw it the other day. Hold on, I actually think I have it right here. If it gets done loading.
Do you have it right there?
I think the other goalie was Lundqvist made it. Yeah, Lundqvist.
Lundqvist. Yeah, he's still balling out there. Oh, I'm sure it's. I just looked at our division now. It's got to be like Seth Jones or something. Or somebody from the Maple Leafs that just gets in on the fan vote.
All right, here I got it. So Josh Bailey made it from the Islanders.
Mm-hmm.
Crosby made it. Drew made it. Taylor Hall made it. Ovechkin, Tavares, Noah Hannafin, Seth Jones, Letang.
Damn, Seth Jones. Damn. I forgot Columbus was in our division now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Seth Jones is he's legit. I give it to him.
He's got one ugly dad, but great genetics.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear there's some so there was listening to the TV today when I was while my wife was at work and I was watching Henry. They were saying that the honeymoon is now over, possibly in Toronto with Babcock. With like I guess like they
too much success too soon.
Yeah, like they don't have Matthews and Marner playing together, and Matthews isn't playing like a shitload of minutes and whatnot.
He's young.
Well, I know, but I mean, you got to somewhat like trust in Babcock. I mean, he's won what three cups?
Yeah, 3 cups.
And I guess that's what he did. He did that in Detroit. And like they were saying, the one thing would be like it's too many people that need the puck. So that's why you can't have Marner and Austin Matthews possibly together.
Right. And they're both puck carriers. Like they'll hold on to it.
Yeah.
I get why you wouldn't have them on the same line unless it's the power play.
Yeah.
And I think they are together on the power play. But
they were like, why is Leo Komarov like a lot of people were really complaining? I was like, oh,
because he probably does the little shit. He's probably a lot of young people don't want to go to the front of the net. He probably is like, fuck it, I need a job.
No, yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
Goes to the front of the net. I think Willem Nylander plays with Austin Matthews a lot.
Yeah.
He's a distributor. Austin Matthews is a shooter. Mitch Marner's a shooter. You don't need two shooters.
Did you happen to
also,
good.
I was going to say that none of them are like probably good two-way centers right now. I mean, Matthews is probably the best of the three. It's probably why he's a center on his own line.
Yeah. I was gonna say, just speaking of Matthews, I was thinking of the World Juniors. Did you watch the World Juniors at all?
I did watch some of the World Juniors.
Did you see that horrendous game, the U.S. against Sweden?
Oh yeah,
where they get up like 3 shorthand goals on the same shift.
Sweden was a juggernaut rolling through.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Sweden lost to Canada. Honestly, it just looked like they did everything they could and they just couldn't score.
Yeah.
I think they hit 2 posts that game too.
Something like that. It's funny, U.S. was in it for a while, and then they just like ran into like a brick wall.
They didn't have that high-end talent that they had the year before.
Yeah.
They didn't have the Clayton Kellers. They didn't have the Tyler Parsons.
Not Matthew Tkachuk. What's the one of the Tkachuks? Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, Brady Tkachuk.
He's not necessarily as good maybe as his brother yet, but like they had him, and there was one other guy. I forget what his name is, but he just wasn't able to.
Middlestat.
Yeah, Middlestat. They just bracketed Middlestat that game.
Yeah, I mean that was it. He was the
wasn't that the guy
finisher.
the Kanban who couldn't even do a pull up?
Casey Middlestat.
Yeah. There was one guy who got drafted, I think, out of the U.S. for last draft, and he couldn't. Like he was horrible at the conditioning test.
No, it might have been him. I mean, it's a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for the NFL. Well, the NFL is a different kind of combine.
Yeah.
It's just like how much can you lift, how fast can you run. But I mean, those conditioning tests are. I mean, how conditioned do you need to be to take a minute shift?
I mean, it is quite tiring.
Yeah, I mean, but you get like 2 minutes to your next shift to catch your breath.
Depending, unless you're being double shifted.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen often in the NHL. There's 4 lines in the NHL. If you can't go, somebody's going to go. And they can tell if you can go or not.
True. Should be able to tell real quickly.
Yeah, or worst case scenario, if it's real close to the end of the game, you call the timeout.
Very true. Speaking of USA, did you see you saw the rosters that were released for the U.S. going for the Olympics?
Yes. We got a lot of small forwards is what we got. That's what I got out of that.
Hey, we should be familiar with Chris Bourque at least.
Yeah.
Arcabello, didn't he play recently in the minor and not the World Juniors? How Arcabello? The name sounds so familiar.
He was a regular for that what do you call it? The IHF championship. Yeah. I'm drawing a blank on it. Mm-hmm. So whatever world tournament's like during the playoffs.
Okay.
Because he either play in the AHL or he'd be in Europe somewhere.
Okay.
He's not bad. He does the little things right. You know, he's like a lot of these guys where their play wasn't bad, but you know, they weren't putting up points. Yeah. Especially like as a little guy, like he's 5'7" or 5'8" or something.
Yeah.
He just wasn't scoring. So when he got waived by Arizona, and then that was kind of the end.
But I will say I do remember like Troy Terry from I think recently from the World Juniors a couple years ago, and then Jordan Greenway. I do remember him when they won it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you got guys with at least some world experience, but
but they just
I mean,
it's hard to lose a Clayton Keller.
Oh yeah.
And a Tyler Parsons. Well, the U.S. was of like the big 7. We had the weakest goaltending of any country.
Oh God, I was almost shocked because the goalie, going back to the World Junior Championships they were just on, I don't know why they didn't have the goalie that played against Canada start.
Oh, Ottinger?
Yeah.
Because he looked awful like throughout the tournament.
I mean,
They both looked bad.
Yeah, but I
It's
mean,
just
I thought
like-
Ottinger did. I mean, I thought Ottinger played a little better, at least
I
against Canada, and even though it was an outdoor game. But
Do you want smelly turd A or smelly turd B? I mean, it's just in that tournament they were our weak link, and it showed.
oh yeah,
It's
you always
sometimes you just don't have them.
you can always get a John Gibson.
Yeah. Did we get a goal with John Gibson? I don't think we did.
Maybe silver, maybe.
Yeah, that's not gold. He's no Tyler Parsons.
Oh, okay, sorry. But this roster of just like some of the defense sounds familiar. I think James Wisniewski is probably the biggest name on the roster for the defense for the Olympics.
You know, he wasn't out of the NHL because his play had dipped. He got hurt,
Yeah.
and then he just made a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it was easier to bury him in the minors for Carolina, I believe was his last team.
Yeah. Matt Gilroy was another name I remember, but never wasn't a big
Matt
name.
Gilroy was very streaky.
Yeah.
But he had flashes.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to be like, oh shit, we got Matt Gilroy. But
Yeah, not with that kind of attitude.
Yeah, well, this is Matt Gilroy's attitude, not mine. But you know, these are serviceable NHL guys, and all these guys are used to playing on the big rink now, so that'll be good.
I don't know what Canada's roster is. I just know they're not going to have like a talent. Like a talent would be their NHL players.
Yeah, I mean, I like this setup better because you see a lot more names.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen a lot of these people play in a long time. Chris Bork, man, I'm excited to see Chris Bork. I was like, that's
They gave him out. He must have been on loan from Hershey.
yeah. I'm like, whoa, okay, coming out of nowhere. He might go down as the best AHL scorer ever, but like, I'm surprised he's never got like an extensive look called up.
Yeah.
He got like
He
maybe
did a
10
couple
games in his career.
He did, and then he just never.
He got like 3 points.
Yeah.
But like, you give him a look.
But almost now, I don't think he actually has a contract with the Caps. It's like a contract with Hershey. I think.
Yeah. Well, it's worth a look.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're ever just sitting there going like, we need a forward. I mean, let's just extend the contract. He's in our backyard, anyways.
Yeah. I don't know.
He knows what he's doing, obviously.
Clear. I mean, he knows how to put up. I mean, it's like who else? Who else was it that was really good in the AHL? What was that guy who used to be the other Alex we had? The other like Russian guy for we brought up back in the day. He was like the AHL's Ovi. You know what I'm talking about? I think maybe
Russian?
or some of his name was Alex something.
Seven?
No, Seven never went down to the minors.
I'm sure he was in the minors a little bit.
No, he came here and then went back to Russia and then came here.
Yeah. Whatever. Another Alex. I don't know.
Something with it. Alex Giroux or something like that, maybe.
Oh, Alexander Giroux.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was really good too.
That's what I'm saying. He was good in the minors, but like he just never translated it to up here. That's what it is, Giroux. I was like, okay. I knew it was an Alex.
Yeah.
Maybe he was Canadian, not really Russian. Sorry.
I mean, it's one of those things where like, Giroux is one of those guys who would like pick a spot, stay in it. Shoot.
Yeah.
He was a trigger man. He wouldn't create a scoring opportunity for himself. He would just sit there and he would shoot. Bork skates a lot.
Yeah.
Because he's little. But yeah, it would have been nice to see him play a little more.
Yeah. Maybe he'll go under people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big ice, more space for a little guy.
I was about to say, I forget it's in Korea almost.
Oh yeah.
Any idea what time those games are going to be on? It's going to be like
2 a.m.
Hey, I'll be at work.
There you go.
So.
You'll be watching, listening to it.
Yep. I'll text you the updates when you wake up.
Yeah. So they scored, we scored, they scored, and we lost.
Pretty much.
That'll be it. That'll be how I wake up.
But I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else for us to cover tonight.
Let's see. Redskins.
Shit the bed. I don't even cut the Wizards so up and down right now. I haven't been watching them. I just know
They're not looking too good.
no my good friend Harold Laws of BLK Sports 980. I follow him on Instagram, and it's just his videos are hilarious because he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Come on!"
Fuck.
He doesn't swear, unfortunately.
No.
He doesn't.
Fudge.
Yeah, frick. But like, otherwise, essentially that's what he's saying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's hilarious to watch them, like his videos when they do bad. It's kind of like essentially if I videotape myself after when the Cats do something stupid.
Or like after the Pittsburgh loses in the playoffs. Those videos are golden.
The guy that was like, I'm gonna kill myself. I was like, that's
yeah.
like that's a little far, guy. You're taking it too far. He was like, don't ask me to do nothing.
Be hanging in the bathroom.
I was like, that is ridiculous. Come on, man.
I like the grandfather that was like watching that Pats Patriots game, and he's like flipping like the nachos in the air and shit, and then like at the end when there's when the Jesse James touchdown's like called back, he like throws the dip at the wall, and there's like a chip like sitting on the ceiling.
Good aim. Good aim.
Oh, the Nats re-signed Howie Kendrick for 2 years.
Oh, I posted about that today. I did. And I was like, I said some of my Nats friends will be very happy.
Yeah.
Because, I think, is Worth gone? He's still here.
Hell yeah, he's gone. The contract's up. Better not re-sign his ass.
I don't think I've seen you light up like that, Monkey. Did you guys? I think you guys saw it. He lit up.
Yeah.
But at least you won't have to Worth to complain about. I heard y'all might get Arrieta.
I mean, that'd be nice.
And then I heard you were trying to get Jordan Zimmerman back, maybe.
Yeah, it'd be nice too. I miss Jordan. He was good.
I'm also hearing Arrieta wants so much money, he just might go back to the Cubs.
Yeah, probably. I mean, when you're Arrieta, you can set your own price.
Yeah, I think y'all should trade Bryce Harper to the Cubs.
Take him. It's all yours. Have fun with that. It's not as nice as it sounds. His slugging percentage is better than his batting average.
Yeah.
What?
We're definitely have to do this again. You got a game you got to get to go to. Who are you playing tonight?
We're playing the DC Bandit 2s.
Oh.
Because the first Bandits and them divided up because they were like, you guys are some whiny bitches.
Oh, did they?
Yep. And that's how that went.
So
something like that.
Are you playing against?
Playing against the Bandits.
No, I meant
I'm playing on the high Bandits.
Like all on the Bandits. Okay, I thought you were the Disciples playing the Bandits.
The Disciples are playing the Bandits.
Oh.
There's two Bandits. There's low Bandits, high Bandits.
Which one does Sillins play on?
The high Bandits.
Oh, okay.
The good ones.
Okay.
Now I'm just going to go get my shit pushed in against the lower ones because we have 9 skaters tonight. Ugh.
Oh, well, I mean, you got Matt.
9 skaters tonight.
All right, well, we got to get out of here. Always good to see you again.
Yep.
Have to do this either next Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yep. One of these
days.
Week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you return a text.
I'm out there.
All right.
I'm in the streets.
It's been Knows Best. Don't text and drive, and we're out.